Get ready, guys, as this is a long one. This story is from my email. I will link that in the description below. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to fantasize about revenge. Not the kind you see in movies, a neat cinematic playback with dramatic music, but living with my family made me realize that some lessons can only be learned the hard way. I grew up in a house that, to outsiders, probably looked fine. Suburban, clean, a little too tidy. The kind of place where people would smile and nod as if everything was perfect. But inside, it was a war zone. My dad was the kind of man whose temper could turn a quiet afternoon into chaos one in seconds. He had this way of making every minor mistake feel like the end of the world. One night, I accidentally knocked over a glass of water while doing homework. "Are you serious right now?" Dad yelled, grabbing the notebook from my hands. "You can't even do something simple without messing it up. I swear you do it on purpose." "Sorry, I didn't mean to," I tried to explain. But he slammed my notebook onto the floor. "Sorry? That's it? You think sorry fixes this?" My mom hovered near the kitchen door, silent, her hands wringing a dish towel. She never spoke up. She just nodded and glared when he glared at me. Then there was my sister Melissa. She was the golden child. Everything she touched turned into praise, attention, or money. She had this spoiled arrogance, thinking she could walk over anyone, including me, without consequences. One evening, I caught her rifling through my room. "What are you doing?" I asked, my voice tight. "Oh, don't worry about it," she said, tossing a stack of cards into the air like they were worthless. "I just wanted to see these old things you were so obsessed with." "Those aren't old things. They cost thousands of dollars. Don't touch them." She laughed. Actually laughed. "Relax. It's not like anyone cares. You're so dramatic." My younger brother, Jake, often just watched. He'd snicker quietly, hiding behind his phone, adding fuel without ever taking direct responsibility. Sorry guys, there's food in my mouth, like in my teeth. Living with them was a daily assault. Every mistake I made, real or imagined, became a spectacle. Every victory of mine was downplayed or stolen. Then came the breaking point. My rare Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh crap, guys. So there are certain Yu-Gi-Oh cards are actually really rare to get. So if this actually happened, this is crazy. Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Well, I wonder what happened. I'm gonna keep reading. Melissa decided to borrow, emphasis on borrow, them one night. I didn't notice it at first. But the next day I come back from school and found my entire collection shredded. "Melissa, what the hell is this?" I whispered, disbelief choking me. She leaned back on the couch smirking. "Relax, it's just a game you're so obsessed." "Obsessed? These things are worth thousands. You destroyed everything." Dad walked in, seeing my anger. "Oh, come on, they're just some cards. Why are you acting like a child?" "She destroyed them!" I yelled, my voice cracking. Dad waved a hand dismissively. "Well, you always overreact. Learn to deal with it." I snapped, not in front of them, though. I'd learned a long time ago that showing my anger only made things worse. But inside, a storm began brewing. I started planning. Every day after school, every hour I could steal to myself, I plotted. I documented. Every day after school. Oh, wait, no. Conversations, photographed evidence, and waited for the right moment. I also started small. Her favorite shoes disappeared for a few days. Social media accounts were locked temporarily, and I steadily exposed lies to the few relatives who actually paid attention. Melissa laughed at my warnings. "You're pathetic," she said once, grinning as if nothing could touch her. "Do something useful for once, loser." My real turning point came during my 18th birthday. My family treated it like it was a circus. Melissa demanded the biggest slice of cake. Dad mocked my gift choices, and Mom stayed quiet as usual. The night I moved in for the final stage, using the evidence I had collected, I exposed Melissa's behavior to extended family she respected, along with photos and recordings of her vandalism. "Why are you showing them that?" Melissa shrieked over the phone, realizing what was happening. "Because it's the truth," I said calmly. "Something you never cared about before." The fallout was immediate. Melissa tried to fight back, but no one believed her. I had spent years quietly building credibility, and it had finally worked in my favor. She was humiliated publicly, and I could finally breathe. But revenge wasn't alone enough. I couldn't stay in that house another day. I began planning my escape. I saved every paycheck from prototype jobs, contracted a few friends I trusted, and finally, the night came. I packed essentials, my laptop, and a few sentimental items, including my damaged cards, now irreparable but symbolic. I left a note. I was done being their victim. Driving away, the streets blurred past for the first time. I felt freedom. Terrifying, exhilarating, and completely mine. Since then, life has been strange, peaceful, and free. I live alone now, focus on my work and hobbies, and rebuild the joy my family tried to crush. The scars remain, but they no longer define me. And Melissa? She keeps running into walls of consequences like she can't comprehend. While I finally walk unshackled. The house may have raised me, but it didn't define me. I choose my path, I choose survival, and the first time, I choose myself. Wow, that is a crazy one, guys. I am so glad you walked out of their lives forever, because nobody could have done what you did in that moment. In that moment. Like, you decided to walk out and never see them again. People aren't that brave to do that sometimes. So let me know, comments down below, what do you think is that story?